What is up, guys? I'm hoping that you're good. I've got another laptop. This one I didn't want to fix. I didn't want to record it actually. The initial issue was that battery was dead. Second issue was that it doesn't detect the hard drive. So from this slot, the M.2 slot, it wasn't detecting. I took the two SSDs that I was testing with. They were not working on an external adapter, which is this SSD and the other one. And then I took a smaller one, an 8 gig SSD. Yeah, 8 gig. I put it there, it was working fine. So which meant that the slot wasn't faulty. However, you cannot even load Windows on an 8 gig SSD. So yeah, since I couldn't find a bigger one, I had to resort to fixing the SATA connector. That one. So the only issue with this one was that the fuse was blown. So if I zoom in on it, let's zoom down onto it, you can see I put a jumper wire somewhere over there. I don't know if it's clear enough there. That's a jumper wire. So after having put that jumper wire, I can now detect the hard drive. Not a problem anymore. However, I had closed this thing now to load Windows really, and then I just discovered the keyboard, a couple of keys don't work. For instance, F12, so I couldn't even get to the boot menu, which isn't a big issue. But then I noticed the arrows are not working as well. So yeah, only one arrow, but then probably several keys are not working. So now I've got a bigger issue. This laptop doesn't charge the battery. So this is a non-working battery. It's not charging. This is a new and working battery. It's not charging, so it switches on the laptop but it doesn't charge. And then I've got an original battery which I've just fixed now, and it's working. It's now switching on the laptop but it doesn't charge. So yeah, this laptop doesn't charge batteries. I've proven that. And once I took it out, I could see that the laptop has been exposed to liquid. You can see over here, that's liquid. So looking at it again from the back, you can see that it's either it's a drop of liquid or something was burning underneath there. So I'm gonna remove everything and remain with the motherboard only, and then remove this protecting plastic. See what was happening underneath there. Nope, nothing was on fire really. Nah, nothing was on fire. It's just flux. It's flux that I introduced while I was working on the SSD slot. Okay, this is not coming out as nice as I wanted it to, but still not a big issue. I'm sorry it's taking long. Usually by the time I get to 1 minute, I would love to be in the zone. Anyways, still trying to figure out how the layout is like. So the layout is like this: charging port, battery connector over here. So probably we've got components along this line. Flipping it around, got two MOSFETs over there and a current sense resistor, so I believe those are for charging that battery. Although we're supposed to have a second battery, so we've got two MOSFETs and a current sense resistor as well over here. That's for charging an internal battery. I don't have one for testing now, so yeah, I want to know if this is working. So what I'll do is I'll just check those two in the meantime. Okay, these two are fine. Current sense resistor is fine. Let me see what else. I doubt if this MOSFET is an issue, because that is to do with this. Nah, that has nothing to do with what we're dealing with. What I'll check is the two MOSFETs that bring power into the motherboard. Those. Come on, it's 2:19 a.m. Who is out there making noise like at this hour? Something's really. Anyways, let's see. We've got two MOSFETs here. Got a fuse coming from the DC in jack, I believe. Let's see which one is ground. Those two are ground, so this should be positive. Coming to this fuse, which is obviously working because the laptop is switching on. Then we've got our two MOSFETs. Second one is fine, and the first one is also fine. So these two MOSFETs are not a problem. If the MOSFETs are not a problem, then what's the issue? These two MOSFETs are fine. These ones are also fine. So what could be the issue? I'm not gonna lie, I worked on one in the morning and I had to sort of rain dance around it. I had to change the PQ chip, it didn't charge. I had to change these two MOSFETs, it didn't charge. And then I had to change these two MOSFETs and it charged. So with this one, I'm gonna start there. I think I've got a donor board for this, which is an exact motherboard. Just give me a minute to check it out and then we can swap those. Okay, so I got two donor motherboards. One, I have no idea what was happening to it. The second one, this one, I know this was a working laptop. It was dead actually when it came in, and then I fixed. What did I fix? I think it was the 2-inrush MOSFET or something like that. The laptop started working, and then I closed it without putting that black plastic. The laptop became dead. So the charging system was working fine. So what I'll do is I'll grab those two MOSFETs, swap them to that motherboard, and then we'll see from there what the end result will be. So this is still the same night that I was working on those Xboxes. I'm still trying to figure out the issue with the second one. The first one I concluded to say what's it called? I concluded to say the AP is dead. So that's the current decision on that. So what I'll do is I'll remove these two MOSFETs. My tweezer is getting dead with each day that passes, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. Can't grab components anymore. Alright. Let me try to make things more straight here. Okay. I need a charging port so that I can be testing this thing out. So after having dealt with this type of a motherboard and having it die in my hands, I kind of know that it's a very sensitive motherboard, so try to avoid things like screws and all that. And this dust, it came out of a sound bar I was working on, which is up there. So I'll put something underneath so that this motherboard doesn't touch the ground. Alright, there's a battery. Then we have it plugged in, and then you can see from there. Cool. The battery is in. Let's see the charger now. Okay, the laptop automatically started. Oh, the flashlight is on, I didn't notice. The laptop automatically started, which is not what I wanted it to do. And this charging port actually is not reliable. I have to hold it like this. Okay, I'm not sure if the laptop is on or if it's charging. But then it's just steady there, 0.32. So what I'll do is I'll take out the battery and see how it responds. No, it's still stuck on 0.32, which means it's not charging. The laptop is on. It's automatically started. Charger again. Okay, it's no longer automatically starting because I think it's detected the CMOS battery at this point. Let's go on with the battery again. Okay. Nope, no response. I can see it's drawing 0.01 amps. Now it's drawing 0.09, 90 milliamps. But it's not increasing. This battery already has power, so if it was charging, it should start charging and not be making jokes and things like that. Let's check this one. This charging port will kill me. Nope, no charging. 90 milliamps, and that's it. Alright, so we don't have any charging, although it's responding. When I remove the battery, it drops down to 0, which means it is detecting the battery and the charger as well. I want to see if I can get another charging port, because this is not reliable. Keeps shaking. Okay guys, so I've taken the liberty of grabbing an internal battery. Guess what? The internal battery is charging. Okay? 1.1 amps. And the external battery is not charging. So what I did is I took a battery from this laptop, external battery from this laptop, tested it there. Nope, not charging. Then I tested these two and this one on this laptop. They are all charging fine. So the issue has to do with the external charging circuit of this laptop. The internal charging circuit is fine, which means we don't have an issue around the PQIC. Our issue has to do with this side. So yeah, let's figure that out. So I'm gonna remove the internal battery, try again the external battery. Oh no, this is not gonna charge. I didn't notice. Look at that. Come on, it's been 14 minutes plus, not counting the seconds that I cut. Look at that, there's a broken pin. There's no communication. Yikes. I didn't even notice it. There's a missing pin there. See, you've got those two for positive. This space over here, that's for data, that's for clock. No, that's for clock and that's for data, and then you've got your whatever. I don't know what it's for. It doesn't function really. Probably for detecting the battery or something like that. And then you've got your two grounds. Look at this. This is the donor board. Here's a donor board. You can see donor board here has got this pin, which is not there down there. Alright, so it's a battery connector replacement, guys, not charging system repair. If I hadn't tested with the internal battery, I was probably gonna struggle with this thing for I don't know how long. So let's remove this battery connector, guys. I don't know how much of a challenge it's going to be. I don't remember myself replacing a battery connector from this type of a laptop. How did they also not notice that? Because I bought this laptop from someone else who got laptops from Cash Crusaders, a local. It's more like a pawn shop. You can take your stuff there and sell it, and they'll give you cash. Whenever you wanna get your stuff back within a certain period of time, you can always go back, they'll give it to you. I don't even know the way to grab this thing out. Whoa, the camera is not even looking where I am working. So this is the dead connector. I'm still trying to figure out a way to take it off so that I will know how to remove the working connector. Ooh, it's hot. So I was counting on this actually, but I can just bring heat from here and then sort of drop this battery connector down. There we go. Our issue is that broken pin over there. So we'll grab one of the donor boards, the one that has got the most damage also has got bent pins. Look at that. These are gone. Nah, these are gone. Even if I can make them straight, I think we've got a missing pin there. No, we don't have a missing pin, but then they are bended. It'll be a last resort. Although I think I have other donor boards really. This one only has got one pin that's slightly off, but otherwise it's fine. Yeah. So let's use this one then. This time I'm gonna use Kapton tape to sort of wrap the connector around. There we go. You know, the main reason why I actually try to make these videos as short as possible while I'm recording is that I know I definitely won't have time to edit these videos. That's why I usually stop uploading for a long time, simply because I won't be getting enough time to edit videos that I've recorded. So most videos really that I've recorded have just ended up being deleted or something like that because they're taking up space. Okay, I just wrapped Kapton tape around there. Hopefully it will protect this spot from me. the solder melting down there. I want to create an elevated spot so that the battery connector can just drop onto the ground, or the entire connector just went flying. Come on. You know you want to leave. What's taking so long? How is this so difficult to do? Let me grab a solder sucker so that I can create space there. Okay, so whether I like it or not, this video I'll probably have to edit it. It's too long. If I don't edit this video, please just fast forward to relevant points. All I'm doing really is replacing this battery connector. I'm chasing my tail around here over something that's not even faulty. Alright guys, I'm done bending and frying battery connectors for a few minutes now. The worst thing is that the original connector, I took it out nicely, but the rest, nah, I kept bending them. I think this was my third attempt. Yeah, and kind of worked. Let me see if it's going to charge now. I'm concerned about the MOSFETs that I changed actually. So I don't have the motherboard flat on the surface because I don't want it to short out from any pieces of soldering wire or something like that. Oh, there we go, we're charging. We charged and then it stopped because my charging port is sort of flexing. Okay, charging port is in properly now. Is the battery sitting properly? Come on, it charged. I saw it charging. I think the battery is in. There we go. It actually started charging and then it stopped there. So you can see now it's charging. Set up at 92 amps. There we go. You can see it stops charging whenever I move because this charging port is giving me issues. So yeah, the issue around this laptop was definitely the battery connector. So I have to deal with this charging port because it only works when I like twist it like this and then it sort of responds. But if I don't, so you can see now it's charging 0.91, and then when I let go of the charging port it stops charging, and then it's charging again. Anyways, I have to deal with the charging port, but I don't think that's something that I need to record or something like that. Anyways, I hope you guys got to learn something. I don't know what, but yeah, I'm hoping so. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you in another video.